Surprise, surprise. Another another day, another podcast episode where we're talking about the Pirates bullpen. Pirates lose 8-3 to the Miami Marlins. They're 500 now on the season. Braxton Ashcraft started. The final line didn't look horrible, but I think most would agree that this wasn't the best that he's looked. Wasn't as efficient. Took him 90 pitches to get through the 5 innings. Gave up 2 runs, two walks, 5 hits, 4 strikeouts. He made it through 5. Probably want more. I kind of had the feeling. I mean, they end up using Dotel and Kelly in the same game, but I kind of had the feeling that the Pirates are probably looking for a start or so here to where they can kind of just throw Ashcraft out there for 5 innings and let him bounce regardless. It just kind of happened that the pitch count got up there. But Dotel comes in the game, back-to-back bad outings. His ERA is up towards 6 now. It's reliever ERAs are weird. They go up and down pretty quickly. But he allows 4 earned runs, walks 3, allows 4 hits over an inning and 2/3. Yeah, for as good of a start it has, he's come crashing down pretty hard the last two games here. The last one he didn't even record an out. So that's 8 earned runs in his last 2 outings. That's just not going to be a recipe for success. And again, the bullpen kind of downs it to where just it doesn't matter at any point, or the offense is going to have to put up like a really big comeback in order to win. And like for as good as the offense has been this year, counting on them to score this many runs every single night is just unrealistic to ask for. I guess some fun stuff that came out of it. Brandon Lau, he had his 17th home run of the season, having a fantastic year. It's going to be hard to argue against him being an all-star. Endy Rodriguez, he's still hitting. He's OPS over 800, 240 average, which it's sure whatever, but it's one of those compared to what he's competing against for playing time. Seems pretty good, but he has a double and a home run. Joey Bart's back in AAA on rehab. Henry Davis is probably going to come out of the paternity list any time now. Pirates are going to have some decisions to make, and I think Endy's making a pretty good case that he should stay, and I don't know whether that means you roll with 3 catchers. They did it before. In a perfect world, you probably DFA Marcell Ozuna and let Bart kind of take over those duties, and you kind of spread things around the playing time. You can get a little more creative with the DH spot. Give some guys some days off out of the field. Throw Bart in there. Even throw Endy in there on a day if you want, but the was it the price tag that comes to next to Ozuna's name? I would probably say that we're not gonna get that. So we'll see how the catcher position kind of shakes up. Things will kind of get interesting here before too long. Antwone Kelly made his major league debut. Inning in 2/3, gave up 2 runs and a strikeout. Averaged 99.5 with the fastball. Didn't get any whiffs with it. Threw about 50% of the time. A couple whiffs on the sweeper. Another whiff on what showed up as a slider. I think he's throwing a sweeper and a gyro slider right now. Pirates, they need someone to step up in the bullpen, and Kelly's next man up to get that opportunity. So we'll see what his usage looks like. We'll see what how the Pirates want to use him. I imagine he throwing. How many pitches did he throw? He threw 33 pitches, so I'd imagine he's at least down for tomorrow, being as that he's not probably used to this kind of stuff, probably be down the rest of the weekend. So the next time he probably pitches is against Oakland. So we'll kind of see what kind of usage we're doing to that. Let's see if he's going to be getting into some late inning opportunities and whatnot. One thing to kind of watch, and I think last year they kind of wrote about it on his Fangraphs write up a little bit about the fastball and how the fastball really doesn't miss as many bats compared to what you would kind of hope for from something that's touching the upper 90s. I know Eric Longenhagen this year had him ranked 19th in the system, and as like a single inning relief pitcher. I think your best. How did he put it? His upper 90s fastball lacks the explosive life and movement of a true impact pitch, and it generated a merely average big league miss and chase rate last year in the mid minors. It has a below average rate thus far in 2026 as he works at AAA Indianapolis. This is a round down fastball to a significant degree, and it's shockingly vulnerable to damage for a pitch that'll crest 100 miles an hour. Obviously, I talk, we're the site, we're pretty big on analytics and pitch shape and stuff like that. Pitch shape matters a whole lot less when you're throwing triple digits, especially if you're locating. Something we saw with Skeens early on in his career. The shape wasn't great, but when you're painting 100 miles an hour, that really doesn't matter. You're not going to get hit. Kelly doesn't have the same control, even if he's averaging right at 100 miles an hour. I pulled this up on Baseball Savant. On fastballs that are 99 miles an hour plus in AAA, hitters have a 294 average. They're slugging 471. It's a sub 20% whiff rate, 41.7 hard hit rate, almost a 17% barrel rate, and they're averaging 91.1 miles an hour exit velocity. So, is he gonna? Sure. 100 miles an hour, 100 plus miles an hour is going to play a whole lot better. But it's not. There's some potential here to where it's still not going to be a dominating pitch, which means he's going to have to rely on his other stuff. And he's kind of expanded the arsenal. He's gone to a splitter now. Like I said, he's throwing a gyro slider and a sweeper. Usually when you start seeing, the pitch mix expand like that, it's to try to hide another pitch. And in this case, it's the fastball you're trying to hide. I still like him as an option out of the bullpen. Like I said, if you're averaging triple digits with the fastball, you're gonna optimize the damage done, especially if it's only 1 to 2 inning outings that we're looking at here. Probably settles into more of like a 1 inning roll down the road. But big power arm that I've been a fan of for the last couple years. So to kind of see him grow, like I've mentioned this before, this is the part of what I love doing, what I do, getting a chance to kind of see them go from, I remember watching him pitch in the World Baseball Classic the first time, where he's, a lot more unknown then. Work through the complex, get to see him in Bradenton, get to talk to Jim Horner, the manager then, about him. I talked to Kelly last year while he was in Greensboro, and then see him get to AA and then to AAA to start the year. Now the majors. It's just really fun to see the journey, the progress and stuff like that. So, congrats on him for making his major league debut, and we'll kind of see how things go from here. Now let's we'll go through the minor league rundown here. AAA, they win 6-1. Joey Bart started a rehab assignment there, went 3 for 4 with a run, 2 RBIs, a double, and a home run. Dominic Fletcher, 1 for 3, a home run, and 3 RBIs. Khristian Curtis made his AAA debut, 5 2/3, 1 hit, 2 walks, and 10 strikeouts. Looked fantastic. I think the fastball probably could have done he could have probably been in the zone a little bit more with the fastball. It was only a 30% zone rate. All the other pitches, the cutter, the changeup, and the slider, all 55% or better. So at least he was throwing strikes with those pitches. The changeup was nasty. That got 7 whiffs on 13 swings. Even the fastball got 6 whiffs on 13 swings. So he missed a lot of bats, missed 19 bats total. Just a fantastic outing. I saw someone mention about, I think they replied to something I said on Twitter talking about like how, he's a 40-man, probably going to get added to the 40-man roster at the end of the offseason since he's Rule 5 eligible. With the Pirates' struggles with the bullpen, depending on how the season goes, I wouldn't be shocked at all if he has some more outings like this, if he's not getting a look in late August, September. It would not surprise me at all. The stuff is fantastic. The stuff plus stuff read out really well on all his pitches. As long as he's locating them, I think he has a very good chance to, at the very worst, be like a multi-inning guy out of the bullpen. And so we'll kind of watch his next couple starts, see how he goes. He's been prone to some bad outings. He loses the control. His walk rate's right around 10% this year, but he's been fantastic. He's been good this year. He has, what is it, like 77 strikeouts in 59 innings this year. Let's pull up the exact numbers here. Yep. It was technically his first win of the season. He was 0-7 before that. Like I'm not a big wins-loss guys in the minors, at least individually. 4.27 ERA with 77 strikeouts over 59 innings pitched. It's the third time that he struck out 10 batters in his pro career. Had one time earlier this year with Antwone, and then last year that 4th of July combined perfect game with Greensboro. So great stuff from Curtis. I've had a chance to talk to him multiple times. Talked with him with Jim Rosati over on NS9 for the podcast we do there. So good to see him kind of progress. Like I said, it's a great story. Had that botched surgery with the elbow. Wasn't sure if he was going to even be able to use his arm again, let alone pitch. And now he's back here, literally knocking on the door right now, and made a really good first impression at AAA. AA, they win 10-8. Titus Dimitru 3-for-4, hit his 10th home run of the season, 2 RBIs, 3 runs scored. He's on a tear right now. Like I said, the average still low, but that kind of just represents how much Antwone struggled as a team offensively. But he's really turned it up as of late. Kellen Moss, double, 2-for-5. Shalene Polanco, 2 walks, 2-for-3, 2 RBIs. Connor Oliver made his AA debut, gave up 3 runs, only 1 earned, over 4 2/3. Greensboro, they win 7-6. Axioplas, 2-for-4, a home run, double, RBI. Josh Tates has played pretty good so far in his brief little time. Hit a home run while I was down there. Went 1-for-3 with a double, RBI. And then he also threw out the game tying run in the top of the 9th at home to actually end the game. So kind of contributing everywhere. Bradenton loses 8-2. Eddie King Jr. 1-for-4, home run, 2 RBIs. Edglin Perez 1-for-4 with a double. The FCL, Mike Clevenger started a rehab assignment down there. He pitched an inning. They lose 6-4. Darrell Morale, 2-for-3 with a walk. Carl Calise, 1-for-3, a home run, RBI, and a walk. Robinson Smith, I know I've talked about him before on here. He had another solid outing, 4 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, no walks, 5 Ks. I think the no walks is a big step for him. He's pitched 16 innings now, has a 2.25 ERA with 15 strikeouts. Walk rate, or strikeout rate, right around 24%. Walk rate, about 9.5. So Very interesting arm in the system, as I've mentioned before, and it'd be kind of interesting to see what kind of path he's on the rest of the year, see if he sees Bradenton at all, and how much. Down in the Dominican, DSL Gold, they win 10-5. Carlos Tejera, another guy that I've mentioned on the site, very promising, went 2 for 4 with a home run, 3 RBIs, and a stolen base. He had a single that had a 108 exit velocity, and then the home run had a 105. There is a lot of raw power here, and that adding to that on there, like this is the second exit velocity that I've registered at him with 108. The EV90 was like 106, and for a 17-year-old, we're looking at 60 to 70 raw power. So very exciting. Left-handed, listed at 6'2", has been playing center field. Very interesting arm to watch. The DSL Pirates Black also win. They win 14-4. Adrian Martinez went 2 for 3, 2 walks, 2 runs scored. Jesus Luzardo 2 for 3, 2 doubles, 2 walks, 3 RBIs. Saturday we'll have another day with everything loaded. Everyone from top to bottom playing. Bo Chandler's going to pitch. I don't know if they've announced, as of me recording this a little bit before 11, if they're going to try another opener like they did last time. Worked. We'll see if they follow up with that. Mason Montgomery didn't pitch, even though it kind of seemed like maybe there's an opportunity there to get him in the game. So maybe they're kind of saving him for that. Pirates need a win. They need a win to not only avoid losing their third straight series, but they also need a win to avoid going under 500. So we'll see how that turns out. In the meantime, subscribe, Bucks on Deck, Substack, daily Pirate features. We follow the system from top to bottom, all the way down to the Dominican League. You're not going to find too many people talking about Carlos Tejera and Wilton Guerrero Jr. And so follow along if you want to learn about, tomorrow's Pirates now. I have a feature on the site on Seth Hernandez, kind of breaking down what I saw while I was there on Tuesday. So if videos is more your thing, I also did a video form of it, so check out the YouTube. And until tomorrow, we'll catch you guys later.